Good afternoon, it is Wednesday the 11th of December and it is 1 p.m. I'm just about to head off out now and do a little Uber shift. Should be out until, I don't know, maybe 5-6 o'clock or until the battery dies. It depends on how cold it is and how much you've got the heating on, as that as it sounds. But yeah, I'll keep you posted and I will see how I'm getting on a quiet weekday. So it's just after 2 o'clock, well, nearly 20 past. So yeah, about an hour and 20 minutes since I started. After I came online, I got one from Burscough into Ormskirk, which wasn't too bad because it was kind of the way that I was heading. That was a 774 for 4.1 miles. Then got another little one, 374 for 1.4 miles in Ormskirk, and it was just dead. So I headed to Southport, so basically wasted like 15 minutes doing that. And then got £3.71 for 1.2 miles. And that was pretty much it for the first hour, to be honest. So that was like, what, 7, 10, 13, for about £15 for the first hour. And then I've just done one little job then, which was £3.77 for 0.5 of a mile. I'm not doing that one. So they want me to drive 4 miles away to Waynesdale to do a 1.2 mile job for £4.40. Yeah, so I left that. So yeah, I mean, it's an hour and 20 minutes I'm on, just shy of £19. So yeah, a little bit quiet up to now, but you know, it's the dead hours of Wednesday, so it's kind of to be expected. So yeah, give you another little update in a bit. Hopefully things pick up a little bit. So final update, it is 6 o'clock and I've just got home, finished my shift. It's been quite busy, to be honest. Say busy, like as in the jobs have been coming through to a degree. So last update was 20 past 2. After that I got a job which was it was Formby to Formby, so it was coming up as like, it was £10.47, but it was basically like what was it? I think it was like a 9 to 10 mile job. So basically like £1 a mile, which is kind of the norm now. But the reason I took it is because, one, it was quiet, and two, 80% of the job no one was in the car. So basically I ran 8 miles from Southport to Formby to pick some guy up, to drive him 1 mile to the cash point and then 1 mile back to his house. So yeah, it was basically, I was just driving in the car on my own and getting paid for it to a degree. After that I then got one from the outskirts of Southport back into Southport, which was £6.46 for 1.2 miles. I then got a £3.99 for 0.9 of a mile. I then got a £5.46 for 2.2 miles. I then had a job that was £4.46 for 1.6 miles, but they've given me a £5 tip as well, so I got £9.46 for 1.6 miles. After that I got a job which was £6.41 for 2.1 miles, but they've given me a job as well, so a tip of £1, so that was £7.41 for 2.1 miles. I then got a £4.90 for 2.7 miles. Customer cancelled. £5.69 for 1.9 miles. And then I needed to start kind of heading back because it was coming up to 5 o'clock. So I took a job which was Southport Hospital to Ormskirk, £11.54 for 7 miles. And then after that I got a job from Ormskirk to Burscough, which took me a little bit closer back to mine, so it was £6.44 for 4.3 miles. And that was it, basically logged off then. So I finished, how many hours have I done? I've done 5 hours. Just see. So I've done £90.78 in the 5 hours. So I've averaged £18, 15 pence an hour, which isn't too bad, to be honest, especially for a weekday in the quiet hours. Yeah, it's quite decent. I've had Friday nights when I've come out, and I've averaged about between like 18 and £20 an hour. So bearing in mind, you know, I haven't had to deal with, you know, any weirdos, any drunks or anything like that. Yeah, it's just been like a little short, cushy little shift for 5 hours, and you know, not far off £20 an hour. So yeah, it's okay. What else is there? I did get offered. I'm going to take a screenshot if there's anything ridiculous comes up. I was offered a job on my way back into Ormskirk with that last couple that I was dropping off. It's £55, 14 pence, picking up in Ormskirk, taking them to Blackpool, which was 42 miles. But I've done that in the past. I think I've been working for Uber for like a week or two, and I was kind of drawn into that because it was not far from my house. I picked them up, I think it was like £60 to take them to Blackpool, and then I'd done like a little bit of a Blackpool shift. But my initial idea was, if I just drove there and back, that's like 2 hours, so I would have been on like £30 an hour, whereas I could have done something similar then and I would have been on like £27.50 an hour. But you kind of have to take into account you're doing like 43 miles there and back. Yeah, so I wasn't too keen on it, to be honest. And it was pretty much, well, it wasn't right in the middle of rush hour, you know, it was like 5 o'clock, so it would have been busy. Yeah, so I mean, you know, some people might see that as a half decent job, but like I said, I've done it and I've learned from it, it was a bit rubbish. Like I said, I did end up in Blackpool. I tried to do a couple of jobs up there, and it was a bit painful. And then trying to get back from Blackpool, trying to do jobs to save driving back empty, it was impossible. But once you're there, they keep you there, and I ended up driving the majority of the way back empty. So when I did do that last time, I said to myself, if I ever get a job up here again, I'll just drive there and back, and I'll just accept it as whatever it was. You know, if it's like, it would work out £30 there, £30 back, so you know, you'd be on like £30 an hour, which isn't too bad. You know, that's like Saturday night rates really. But yeah, I just wasn't in the mood. I wanted to get back, like I said, 6 o'clock, I need to get back and see the family. So yeah, that's about it. So I'll be back out again tomorrow. I'll try and do a little bit of a longer shift during the day, saying that, yeah, I'll try, see what's happening. It's quite busy one tomorrow. Yeah, so yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow.